Hi guys. Okay, I am still getting used to this whole talking to the camera thing. I'm so used to doing live streams, and that's not to say that I'm not going to do them again sometime soon, but I have two babies that are 2 years old and then 8 months. And so these pre-recorded videos are what just work better for my life right now, but I'm still getting used to it. So bear with me. But I have a really good topic today. This is about healing perfectionism. Man, this is something that I have seen firsthand hold so many people back, so many coaches, so many entrepreneurs, hold them back from doing the damn thing, making the thing happen, going for the thing, taking leap of faith on themselves, going for it, shooting for the stars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on and on and on. And I want to share with you in this video what truly helped me start healing my perfectionism, and then the practices that I still currently do to this day to not fall back into perfectionism, because it's one of those things where some people will tell you, do these little tricks and you're good for the rest of your life. I don't believe that's true, especially not from my personal experience. I've found that as an entrepreneur, as a coach, it's work that you do for life. It's work that you consistently get to do in order to continuously move forward, do the things, get the things done, and not fall into perfectionism mode, right? So where do I want to start with this? So since I was 3, I was a dancer. So I grew up as a dancer. I was on stage. I would perform. I memorized routines. I performed as soon as the lights came on, right? And as a dancer, I was always looking at myself through a magnifying glass, like quite literally. I was always in front of a mirror. I was rehearsing. I was learning. I was critiquing myself and getting critiqued by my instructors, my teachers, my coaches. And there's beautiful, incredible things about growing up as a dancer, such as learning discipline, learning persistence, learning to just stick with something even when it's hard. There's so many incredible things that I'm so grateful for learning as a dancer. However, the one thing that I realize now looking back is that's where my perfectionism started, because I was the student. I was the type of person that would not ever be fully satisfied with my performance. Like, I would do it, I would perform, I would do the thing, but then I'd always overanalyze it. I would always really pull it apart. I would critique it. I would second guess it. I would get so in my head about all of it. And so many times it held me back from joy in the moment, from enjoying the journey, from being present, from just going for it, from so many things. And I realized that when I got into my coaching business a few years ago, that perfectionism was still right there with me, and it just started showing up in a different way, such as overanalyzing what to post, thinking about what to post, reading my posts and my content before I posted it, changing it a million times, overthinking this headline, overthinking this email, this topic, this video, like everything, like just overthinking everything. And that is literally the definition of suffering from, I don't want to say suffering, but struggling with perfectionism. It's when you literally cannot just do the damn thing, trust that it's okay, trust that it's enough, and move on with your life. Like you're scrutinizing yourself. You're always just wondering, is this enough? Is this right? Is this, like, all these questions? So if this is you and this is already resonating, then I have a couple things to say. First of all, you are completely normal and okay for feeling these things. You're not some foreign alien that is not human. Everybody goes through this at some point in time. If you have some sort of childhood like me, or you were under some sort of like extra pressure as a child or anything like that, you probably feel this even more so than the average Joe. But every single person goes through this perfectionism struggle at some point or other, right? So if you are going through this, or you have, here's what really helped me to tell the universe that I'm no longer available for this and start doing the damn things. Stop overthinking, getting in my head, getting in my own way. Here's what really helped, okay? So the first thing was this. And I might be the first person to tell you this, but I think what a lot of people try to tell you is, first of all, remove the fear, remove the fear that you have. But honestly, what I did to get better at being less of a perfectionist was I did things even when I was in my own head. Like instead of getting in my own head and overanalyzing my content and overanalyzing whether this was right and second guessing myself here, I still did all those things, but then I still pressed post and I still started pressing the button and moving forward and doing the thing, even though I was still overanalyzing. So this was a slow progress, but that was what I started doing first. I decided that I was no longer going to be held back by my perfectionism, and I was just going to start doing the damn thing, making the posts, showing up, going live, doing the thing, just doing the things, like regardless of how my emotions were that day. I decided to just become a doer instead of an overthinker. Okay. So I made that conscious decision. It wasn't by accident. It was a conscious decision that I was no longer going to be the person who got in my own head. I was going to be the person that did the thing and actually took the action and implemented. Okay. So that was the first thing. I decided that I was done doing that. Secondly was, this is the big game changer for me. Every time that I got in my own head and I started second guessing and doubting and overanalyzing and overthinking and making it all so complicated and being a perfectionist, I closed my eyes and I thought about a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. And I simply thought to myself, what regrets would I have if I didn't do the thing today that I know I want to do? Like, what would it look like? What would my life look like a year from now if I let my perfectionism run the show and call the shots? What would I miss out on between now and a year or a month? Or you can use any amount of time. It doesn't matter. What matters is envisioning yourself in a future state, a future time, right? Envision yourself there and imagine what would you have missed out on if you let your perfectionism control your life and run the show? You'd miss out on so much, right? So much impact, income, clients, growth, success, happiness, joy, right? There's so much that you'd miss out on. So I started doing that and really, truly trying to envision myself, tomorrow or in a week or a month or a year from now, and really think and try to look back and see what my life would miss out on if I kept getting in my own head and letting my perfectionism run the show. So when I started doing that, it was quite obvious that the choice was a no-brainer. Like the choice was, I'm not willing to regret anything in life ever. And I still live with it. This belief of mine is so strong now. I'm not willing to live with regrets. I make the decision now, and every single day, I make the decision to not have things that I regret. And I believe that is possible, but it's only possible if we choose and make the conscious decisions now in our lives and set our lives up now so that we get to the point in a month or a year's time where we don't have any regrets. Because we chose that. We chose to consciously not live with regrets, right? So that's how I live, and that's how I make my decisions, especially now. Whenever I have big decisions, little decisions, or just little stuff like content or showing up or creating this or doing this or hiring this person or whatever. Whenever I have a decision to make or something to do, and if that perfectionism starts to creep in, I simply ask myself, if I didn't do this today and if I let my perfectionism run the show, would I regret it tomorrow or in a week or a year's time? And almost always the answer is yes. And so long as the answer is yes, that's my answer. That means I need to do the damn thing. And and if I'm still overthinking it while I'm doing it, that's okay. At least I'm getting it done. I'm doing it. And I also kept telling myself that done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. And people don't expect perfect. So say that with me. People don't expect perfect. Your people don't expect perfect. Your audience doesn't expect perfect. You are your own worst critic. We are our own worst critic always. Nobody else is holding you under the size of a magnifying glass that you are. Your audience is not, your ideal clients are not. Nobody's holding you under that size of magnifying glass that you are right now. You are your own worst critic. You always will be. Yes, that can be a strength, but it can also be a weakness, especially if you suffer from perfectionism. So you get to choose, we get to choose every day that what you do is enough, and you get to choose to still do the damn things every single day that you know you want to do. You know that things that need to be done to make your impact, to get your message out there, to grow your business, et cetera, right? Make the choice, the conscious choice to do the things, even if it feels hard, even if it feels scary. Make the conscious choice to do it, and you will wake up one day and it will not feel like pulling teeth. It will not feel as hard. It will not feel like you overanalyze. It just won't happen because it'll be like a muscle that you've worked out for so long, and all of a sudden that perfectionism will be just poof, it'll just be gone. And that's not to say that it won't creep up every once in a while. Of course it does, we're human, but that just means you're going to get better at tackling it every single time it does creep in, because you know the tools to do so. So that's what I have to say about perfectionism. I hope this serves you well. And this is especially something that I see holds so many coaches back. So I hope this serves you well. I hope this really, really spoke to you. And if you resonate with this, the ways to work with me right now is inside of our Stories That Sell program, where I teach coaches step-by-step how to attract high-paying, beautiful, aligned clients through storytelling. So if that is something that speaks to you, then you are more than welcome to message me, or you can book a call at this link somewhere in this video to talk about the program and see if you would be a good fit. You can see a bunch of case studies and results and testimonials all on that page as well. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope this served you well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.